Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt186 Gaming, and just real quick, I wanted to go over an awesome mouse for sub $15. You saw I just did the Marvo one, and I figured I'd take a look at something I've had on my shelf for a while. Unfortunately, I'm sad to say I can't find it for sale anywhere else, but it was $14 and some change on Amazon at one point by a company called Sharkk, if you've ever heard of Sharkk. Anyways, I take a look at their manufacturer website now, and they tend to seem to kind of be going towards the whole audio range of things, like as if the company has pivoted. But I guess they tried their hand at this, and while I think this was wildly successful and just highly underrated and highly undermentioned, I'll go ahead and do my review on it now. And the off chance that you come across one of these, then perhaps it'd be great. So I apologize that this video may be a little late for its time, and unfortunately this is going to be a hard to find mouse. But for under $15, this is by far the best mouse I have ever played with. And just going over a few things real quick. On the bottom we have an adjustable weight system here. You can add and take away weight to change, and of course the weight of the mouse, if you will. We got 4 Teflon feet, 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. Make for nice easy glide transitions over your nice mouse pad of any variation, or even on a desk. It's optical sensor, don't use it on glass because obviously it's not going to work too well. You have your forward and your back buttons here on the sides, pretty typical, and your left and right click. The scroll wheel is probably one of my favorite features of this mouse. While it has a very satisfying click in between each scroll, it's also coated in a nice ABS material, which is just comfortable for the finger. It's not like you slip and slide all over it. Once you're on it, you know you're there, and it's easy to move and maneuver with it. So another cool thing about this, and while this may just be a typical OEM body style, you've got your DPI up and down settings right here. And it gets cooler, I'll explain in a minute. So a lot of mice will have a DPI button that just rotates through, so you might skip and then have to quickly get back through to it. No, this goes up and down. Once you're at the top, you can keep pressing it. You'll stay at your top setting. Same with the bottom. Once you're at the bottom, it'll stay at your bottom setting. While I can't find anything definitive on it because most of the information has been taken down, removed, and it's very hard to come across, it does feature 3500 DPI, which tells me it's probably an ADNS 3050 sensor or a Pixar 3059 sensor, which is pretty cool. It's pretty much an entry-level gaming mouse sensor, but for under $15, it's not a cheap, just any optical mouse sensor. So that's something that should be mentioned. The body style itself has no rubbery feel to it whatsoever. It does feel like a well-reinforced plastic all around, and it's got a nice shine to it. However, I wish that the coating was a little different so that it felt a little more comfortable in the hand, because plastic to me makes my hands sweat. I don't know about you, and it'll leave that finger gunk kind of all over. The switches are likely cheaper switches, but they don't feel so cheap, and it may just be the design of this mouse here that kind of changes that. Whether they're Hue switches or they're Omron switches, I couldn't tell you with any definitive expert knowledge on that just by tactile feel. If I had to guess, I would probably say they're Omron switches with somewhere between 3 and 5 million click life cycle, so probably one of the lower end Omron switches, but still, that's a lot to be said. You got a braided cable, and you've got the gimmicky gold USB plated connection here, which, you know, a lot of people will tell you want to go gold, but it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So what's really cool about this mouse being under $15 is the fact that it has a GUI. That's just not something you see for under $15, and it's something that's worth mentioning, however sad that it may be that you may not be able to find this, or even for that price anymore. But it does have a GUI where you can go in and you can change things. Anything from your polling rate from 125 up to 1000, which is pretty spectacularly cool to me. On top of that, it's pretty fluid and easy to use. It's not something that's real difficult to get in there and figure out, like some programs I have played with in the past can absolutely be. Anyways, it has a profile swap button here on the bottom, which is for awesome swapping on the fly, because you can set 2 mode profiles in there with up to 4 profiles on each mode. And you can assign colors. Now, it's not an RGB spectrum full 16 million color scheme. You have to pick between, I think, 5 or 6 colors in there. But you can assign colors to your DPI settings in your profile, so you know what you're on when you're going gaming and doing all that swapping on the fly, if you're that intense of a player. So, you know, for under $15, you get a lot out of this mouse, and it's really sad that when I went and I looked for it, or tried to look for it, I just couldn't find it anymore, and shame on me for waiting so long to do a review on it, a review on a potential end-of-life product, and I'm just really sad about that. So if you're disappointed by this video with me showing you this, I'm sorry guys. I did want to cover it though, because I think that more companies could afford to put something like this that's nice out there. It just needs a little more exposure for them to want to keep it on the market. I will put a link to Sharkk's Amazon store down below, because they do have some other peripheral products on there, But if you visit the manufacturer's site, it all appears to be audio. And I hope that they're not moving away from stuff like this, because it looks like they did a really good thing and tried to make a really nice product that just flew under the radar completely. I mean, under $15 and you get a fully customizable programmable mouse that's just shy of the 16 million color. Everything else is there, and it makes it probably one of the best little pickups you could have gotten at one point. So sad that I couldn't find it anywhere. If you know anybody with this, if you see it for sale anywhere on eBay for cheap, it might be worth picking up. But just do note that while this may be some simple OEM enclosure that's not often seen, Sharkk is the company that made this particular one. So just picking up anyone like this, you may be facing other things like a less quality sensor, less quality switches, and just buying it for the style. But this is a truly great mouse. I'll probably feature it as a bonus giveaway or a second or third prize in whatever I do, just because it'd be nice to give something this good to somebody. And you know, cool. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for coming here and checking this out. I'm sorry if I made you sad by showing you something great for under $15 that I just can't find for sale anymore. And you guys have a wonderful night. Get subscribed, like it if you like it, dislike it if you didn't like it. I don't blame you if you dislike it, because here I am showing you something we can't get anymore. I will see you guys in the next video I do. I announce the winner tomorrow-ish, whenever I post this video. You guys, thanks for being awesome. Go take your last few bits of time to do the entry if you haven't. And good luck to everybody that's playing. I hope all of you win, but of course only one of you can. Get subscribed. I'll see you in the next video I do. Have a good night. Goodbye.
The only life I lost was when I ran off the edge. What are you doing?
Nothing. Checking out my esports team in action, playing Brawlhalla. From her awesome sweet S340 build. Check out that bad boy. It's probably a need for some upgrades soon.